Sir, turn and face me. Election. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
Have a seat. Speak clearly and loudly into the mic.
All right, sir, could you please state your name?
Avery Lynch.
All right. Now, I want to ask you some questions about a person named Charlotte Pendergrass. Do you know her?
Yes.
How long have you known her for?
Over 20 years.
And do you see her in court today?
Yes.
Can you point to her and describe what she's wearing?
A green jumpsuit.
All right. Now, there are people here wearing green suits. Is she the person closest to me or farthest away from me?
She's closest to me.
For the record, the witness is identified. Ms. Pendergrass? You said you've known her for 20 years?
Yes.
Just describe what your relationship with, were you just acquaintances? Were you friends? What was your relationship with her?
Acquaintances, friends, relationship, kind of.
Okay. The two of you, at any point in the time that you've known her, had you ever seen her romantically?
Yes.
All right. Now, if we go to April of last year, were the two of you together in a romantic relationship?
Friendship.
Just a friendship?
Yes.
Okay. So on April 5th of last year, did you get any phone communications from Charlotte?
Yes.
All right. And how did you get those communications? Is it on your phone?
Yes.
All right. And did Charlotte ask you to do something?
She asked me to come over to her grandparents' house.
And is that house located in Inkster?
Yes.
All right. So when she called you and she asked you to come to Inkster, did you go?
Yes.
And can you just describe what you saw when you got there?
Police cars out there and then a group of people standing on the other side of the street.
Okay. Now, did you get out of your car?
No.
So you just stayed in the car?
Yes.
Did Charlotte ever come over to you, or did you ever talk with Charlotte when you came over there on the 5th?
Later while I was over there, she was inside with the police and her grandparents.
Okay. So later on, after you first arrived, that the two of you talked?
Yes, later on, yes.
Okay. Did she ever tell you, what was going on, why the police were there? Did she ever say anything about that?
She said that Jaden's girlfriend was over there and they got into it and she left. And they were thinking that she was still at the house.
All right. So you said Jalen's girlfriend was over there and they got into it. When you were talking with her, was she talking about Jalen and the girlfriend got into it, or she and the girlfriend got into it?
Jalen and the girlfriend had got into it. She told the young lady to leave, and she offered the young lady an Uber a ride home. She said no, she wanted Jalen to take her home, and the young lady left.
All right. So again, got to break these pronouns down a little bit. So when you say she, was that Charlotte told you that she talked to the Jalen's girlfriend?
The young lady, yes.
Okay, and offered her a ride?
Told her she'd get her Uber ride home, but Jalen couldn't take her home.
Okay. And Ms. Pendergrass told you that the girl said no, she didn't want an Uber ride?
She wanted Jalen to take her home.
Okay. So did Charlotte Pendergrass ever tell you if the girl left or how the girl left?
She just said she left walking.
Okay, she left walking?
Yes.
Okay. So, did you ever talk to the police when you went there that night?
No.
Okay. Did Ms. Pendergrass ever ask you to hold anything when you went to Inkster on April 5th?
No.
Okay. So now, going on the next day, I'm talking now April 6th, at night that night, were you at your house?
Yes.
Okay. Without telling me what the address is, what city was your house in at the time?
Novi.
Novi. Did you recall the night of April 6th going into the morning of April 7th? Do you know whether Charlotte had tried to communicate with you with calls or texts or anything like that?
She had called me and texted me.
Did you answer the phone when she was trying to get in touch with you?
I answered the phone one time when she called.
Okay, and what did she say when you answered the phone?
She asked me what was I doing, and I told her I was getting ready to go play cards in my brother's house.
Okay. And was that all that you told her?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what if she tried to contact you after that point?
Probably through text messages or whatever, but I didn't receive them until the next morning.
When you say you didn't receive them, does that mean, like, you didn't look
I didn't
at
have my phone present on me at the time.
Okay, so let me just ask you, because only one person can talk at a time, were you not looking at your phone into the night of April 6th?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. So now, we're talking now in the morning of April 7th. Did you get in touch with Ms. Pendergrass again?
Yes.
Describe how that happened.
I was leaving out for work, and I gave her a phone call.
Okay, and what did Ms. Pendergrass say or ask you to do?
She asked me was I still at home. I told her no, I was on my way to work.
Okay, did she ask you to do anything after that?
She said she wanted me to call her before I left for work, and I didn't. And then I went to work.
All right. When you got to work, did you have more communications with Ms. Pendergrass?
Yes.
And what did she say in those conversations?
She was just talking like she wanted to leave something in my garage, or whether she wanted to pull into my garage and take something out of the car and leave it in my garage.
Now, this talk about the garage, was this over the phone or in person that you mentioned this?
Over the phone when we were talking.
Okay. In this conversation where you're talking over the phone, did she ever say anything about that she had gone to your house the night before?
Yes, she said she was outside of my home, my residence.
Okay. Now, she told you that she had gone to your house and was outside your house?
She mentioned she was outside of my house and she wanted me to call her before I left for work.
Okay. Did she ever ring the doorbell or knock on the door while you were in the house?
No.
And did you have any idea that, had there been any plan that she was going to have come over to your house on the 6th?
No.
So, after this phone conversation, you decide to leave work.
I decided to meet her while I was at work, to meet up with her, yes.
Okay. So did you meet up with her like at your work, or did you leave your work to go meet up?
I left my job and I met up with her.
All right. Where did you decide to meet up with her at?
We met at Myers parking lot on Jefferson.
Did she ask you to meet with her, or how did it come about that you agreed to meet with her?
She wanted to talk.
Okay.
So I agreed to meet. I said, well, we can meet at the Jefferson, on the Myers on Jefferson, because the warehouse where I'm working at, it probably would have been a little difficult for her to find it, so I told her we'll meet there.
Now, in these conversations that you've been having with her now on April 7th, how did she seem to you, like, emotionally? Did she seem normal, unusual? How did she seem?
Normal.
Okay. And did you meet with her in a Myers parking lot?
Yes.
All right. And did the two of you talk to each other outside, in somebody's car? How did you talk to each other?
She got into my vehicle.
And what did you talk about when she got into your car?
She was talking about the people posting stuff online, that they was protesting outside the grandparents' house, and they were saying things on social media.
Okay. Did she ever talk about having you hold something for her?
She was saying she had something that she wanted to leave at my home, in my garage.
Okay. Was there ever any discussion about, taking the item from her?
Yeah, I told her, well, you can just give it to me now, and I take it, and she told me no, that she wanted to do it in a private area, basically.
Okay. So you offered to take whatever she wanted to hold for you right there in the Myers parking lot, and she said no?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever ask her, what is the thing that...
2 cars at a time, and they clean your car in and out.
So when you pull into the car wash itself, is this the type of car wash where, you sit in the car as it's going through the wash, or do you get out of the car and wait for the car to be clean?
You get out and wait for it to be clean.
All right. And the inside of the car wash, is that like enclosed so that if you're standing outside of the car wash, you can't see what's going on inside?
Yes.
Okay. So do you go to the car wash?
Yes.
And did Charlotte go with you?
Yes.
Can you describe what kind of car she was driving that day?
She had got a new car, a blue Nissan Kick, I believe.
Okay. And what kind of car were you driving that day?
Black Lincoln Navigator.
Were you the only person in your car?
Yes.
Was she the only person in her car?
Yes.
So describe what happens when you get to the car wash.
We were just at the car wash, we were just talking regular, and talking about her grandparents and their health condition and everything, and just a normal conversation.
Okay, and so at some point when you're in the car wash or at the car wash, do you transfer any objects from her car into your car?
Yes.
Describe what happened.
She opened the trunk of her car, and there was a tub in there. I grabbed it and set it in the back of my vehicle.
All right, now this tub, can you kind of describe it?
It's just a tote with like taped up or whatever, but I just grabbed the tote and set it in the car.
Okay, so in terms of like the size of the tote, was this something like the size of like a piece of paper that I'm holding, or something bigger?
It was a big tote. It was like a tote, like it took 2 arms to carry it and lift it, so it was a nice sized tote.
Okay, and you mentioned that the tote was taped up?
Yes.
What kind of tape did you see on the tote?
Just like a plastic bag and something taped around it or whatever.
And do you remember what color the tote was?
Not really.
Okay. In terms of, you picked up the tote yourself.
Yes.
Was it light or heavy? Can you describe it?
I mean, it was heavy, but it wasn't too heavy where I couldn't lift it.
Okay. But did you grab it out of her trunk, or did she take it out for you?
No, I grabbed it out of her trunk.
Okay, and then you put it in your trunk?
Yes.
Besides the tote itself, were there any other like objects, boxes, bags, anything like else that was put on in your car?
Whatever was on the tote was on the tote in the car, and I grabbed it all together.
Okay.
I mean, really, I don't really remember what was on it, but everything that was in the tote or on the tote was all one movement, like from there to there. That was it.
And did you put it in the trunk of your car?
Yes.
What happened after you put the tote container into the trunk of your car?
Finished my car wash, and we both left. She went, I don't know where she went, I went back to work.
All right. And what did you do with the tote after you were at work and then you went back to your house? What did you do?
It was just in my trunk.
Okay. Did you notice that there were any weird odors or anything like that when you were in your car?
No.
Okay. Did there come a point in time after, well, strike that. Did she ever say anything to you about what was in the tote?
No.
Did she ever say anything to you about how long she wanted you to hold it?
When we talked, she said she wanted to leave something in my garage for a couple of days.
A couple of days?
It was just a couple of days. And I thought I didn't have any room in the garage because I have another job where I have a lot of wheels that are in there.
Wheels? Is that
Wheels, yeah.
Was there ever a plan about how she was going to come take the tote from you?
No.
Okay. So you've got the tote in your car. Do you ever open the tote to see what's inside?
My uncle.
Your uncle? When you moved the tote, did you move it or did your uncle move it?
My uncle moved it.
Okay. At the time the tote was moved, had you opened the tote or done anything with it other than put it in your car?
No.
Did you notice any odd smells or anything like that in your car?
No.
So, where was the tote moved from? Your car to where?
To a Ford Edge vehicle.
All right. And was the Ford Edge moved to another location?
Yes,
Was that on Millard Street in Southfield?
yes.
Why did you move the Edge that was holding the tote to a house in Southfield?
I had to move the car from the job site because they were going to start charging storage or whatever for it being there. So I moved it to a friend of mine's home into her driveway.
So were you present when the Ford Edge, which was holding the tote, was moved into the driveway of that house?
Yes, I drove the Edge.
Okay. And did you park the car there?
Yes,
Did you leave the car?
yes,
When you left the car, did you ever open the tote?
no,
Did you ever see anyone open the tote?
no.
After you left the tote in Southfield, did you become aware that the police were investigating this missing girl that had a connection to Charlotte?
Yes.
How did you become aware of it?
It was on television, and then my cousin had called me about it.
All right, so after you became aware that this whole thing was on the news, did you ever call Charlotte to ask her what was in the tote?
Charlotte and I spoke a couple of days, and then she didn't have a phone anymore. So we wasn't able to communicate with each other for several weeks.
Okay. Did you ever call the police to let them know that Charlotte had asked for you to hold that tote?
No,
Why didn't you do that?
because I didn't think that she did anything wrong, and I wasn't assuming that she committed a crime or anything.
Okay. So, on or about April 24th, did you find a way to communicate with Charlotte, and did you meet with her?
Yes.
Okay, how did you get back in touch with Charlotte?
I went to her grandparents' house and sat out there and waited for her to arrive.
All right. And did you have contact with her?
Well, prior to that, the first day I went, I left. But yes, on that Thursday, I sat there about 2.5 hours. And then she came, and her and I drove off, and we had communication.
So what made you sit out there and wait for her for like 2 hours?
Because I hadn't heard from her. And it was supposed to be a couple of days, and then all this stuff was like in the news and all this stuff. So now it was like, what's going on?
Okay.
Like, what's going on with this?
And did you go to a restaurant with Charlotte?
Yes,
Was it just the two of you?
yes,
And when you went to did you go inside the restaurant?
yes.
Did you try asking her questions about what was going on and about the tote, that sort of thing?
You always told me yes about what was going on, what was happening or whatever, and she was explaining to me some things that transpired.
So while you're inside the restaurant, did she ever ask or tell you to write things down on paper rather than speak them out loud?
Yes.
Okay, describe how that happened.
She was like she was writing stuff down, and then she turned it up to me to read and then to respond.
Did you ever try and talk to her verbally, and did she ever say anything to you about that?
We talked verbally about certain things, about the home being, they searched her uncle's home.
But I mean, so what happened when you go to this parking lot?
She gets talking about things are serious and what was going on with them searching the grandparents' house a couple of times. They searched the house that she was staying in a couple of times, and they searched the uncle's home.
Did she ever ask you about the location of the tote?
She asked me what was the tote. In the restaurant, I told her it was in the trunk of the car. And then she asked me, do I still have it? I told her yes.
All right, so I gotta stop you here for a sec. The first part in the restaurant, where you told her it was in the trunk of a car,
Yeah.
did you say that out loud or did you write it down?
I wrote it down.
Okay. Now, the second part, where she's asking more details about that, did that conversation happen in the restaurant or at the second location?
That's the second location.
All right, so let's talk about the second location. What did she say about the tote there?
She just asked, did I still have it? And I told her it was in my vehicle, in the edge.
Did she say that she wanted you to do something with the tote?
She told me to get rid of it, to burn it.
She said to burn the tote?
Yes.
Did you ever ask her like why she wanted you to burn a container?
I asked her, I don't want to say, but I asked her what the
Container, right?
She said to burn
Okay. Was there ever talk about burying it or using that?
it. Then she said to bury it and put some lye on
Okay.
it. And I told her, what the else you want me to do, like that's movie BS, like why would you, put me in the middle seat like this? And she said, she made a statement that you couldn't be that stupid.
All right, this comment about you being stupid, like what's the context of that?
I guess meaning that
I object to this is speculation, Your Honor.
It's not calling for speculation. I'm asking what were the circumstances when she accused Mr. Lynch of being stupid?
And he started out with, I thought.
This comment about, are you stupid? What was she responding to when she said that?
when I was feeling like I'm not burning anything, I'm not burying anything, I'm not going to get any light and do anything like that.
Okay. So after these comments, did you talk anything else about what she wanted you to do with the container?
No, 'cause she was talking and I walked away. And I got in my car and left.
Okay.
I was just irate. It wasn't anything else for us to talk about.
So you just decided that you just wanted to leave the conversation?
There was nothing else to talk. I was upset. And if I stayed any longer, I might have been getting myself into some trouble, so I left.
How did she react when you just decided to leave?
She called my name a couple of times and was trying to, get my attention and talk, but I was shaken up that I couldn't, communicate with her.
So after this conversation, did you contact anyone for help or advice?
I called a lawyer.
Okay. After you talked to a lawyer, what did you decide to do next?
Take him a retainer and have him call to that we had some evidence probably pertaining to the case.
All right, when you say he was going to call them, who do you mean by them?
He called a friend of his in the Inkster Police Department and left a message. And
Judge Matt has that we clarify who he is for the record, who we talking about.
And I would also object if he doesn't have firsthand knowledge about this situation, what someone else did, that would be hearsay.
All right.
I can ask some more questions.
All right, let's think.
When you say he was going to call a friend, are you talking about your attorney?
my attorney,
Who is your attorney?
Christopher, I can't think of his last name.
Christopher Quinn?
Quinn, yes.
Okay. Now, it was your understanding that he was going to call somebody, a police officer in Inkster?
I was sitting there with him
Okay.
when he dialed somebody in Inkster that he knew, a detective, but they didn't answer the phone.
All right. Eventually, did you or were you present when your attorney actually got into contact with a police officer?
No, not when he got in contact with him. No, I wasn't present.
Okay. Did you eventually end up going to some police agency and giving them a statement about what occurred?
No, I never went to a police station, and later on down the road, but at the time I didn't. Maybe a week or so later,
Okay.
I went to the state police office downtown on 2nd.
That's when you made a statement?
Yes.
Before that happened, did you ever go to Millard Street in Southfield?
Yes, so I met with him on a Friday.
When you say him, who are you talking about?
Mr. Quinn.
Okay.
Friday evening, he gave me a phone call and said that the FBI wanted to meet on Miller Street in Southfield, where the edge was at.
So did you go to that location?
I think we met around sometime in the evening between, I think 5, maybe 6 o'clock, something like that.
And when you got there, was the edge in the same place where you had left it?
Yes,
Okay. And it was after that day that you had more conversations with the police?
yes.
Okay. Now, at any point from when you first received the container to when the police went to Millard Street, did you ever find out what was in the container?
No,
Okay. Did anyone ever tell you that there was a body or some type of illegal evidence inside the container?
no, not until after they did the investigation.
Okay. Why didn't you ask Charlotte or demand that she tell you what's in the container?
We were friends, and I didn't honestly believe that she or her son was capable of doing anything like that to anybody. So I
I
never.
object to that statement, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
Your Honor, doing what to someone? I mean, there's been no conclusive evidence of anything at this point, and that statement is. I'll withdraw. It's fine. I'll withdraw.
So you were saying that you didn't think that.
I didn't think Charlotte or Jalen was capable of anything.
Okay. Now, do you remember coming to the prosecutor's office and testifying in what's called an investigative subpoena?
Yes,
Do you remember that I was present when that happened?
yes,
Okay. Was your attorney present?
yes,
And do you remember that in that first initial testimony, you were given what's called an immunity agreement so that your testimony at the investigative subpoena couldn't be used against you?
yes,
Okay. Your testimony, generally speaking, is that consistent with how you've testified today?
yes.
Is there anything... Strike that. In your phone, did you have contacts listed or saved for Charlotte Pendergrass?
Yes,
Did you also have a contact and phone number saved for her son, Jalen Pendergrass?
yes, but I'm not sure if his name was on it or not, but he was in my phone.
Okay, and her son, person I referred to as Jalen Pendergrass, do you see him in court today?
Yes,
What's he wearing?
a green jumpsuit,
Is he farthest away or closest to me?
further.
For the record, the witnesses identified the defendant.
Regular silver flag.
What was your relationship like with Jalen Pendergrass, like over the years?
So, regular relationship, like, I had a relationship with his mother, so we interacted a lot. I mean, whenever I was around with them.
Were you and Jalen like separate friends where you would go out, just the two of you, and like socialize, things like that?
No,
Okay. While all this was going on after April 5th and when you obtained the container, did you ever call Jalen to find out what was going on?
no.
Okay.
I don't have any other questions.
Can I have like literally 1 moment, 1 minute? Thank you, sorry. Thank you, Your Honor. proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Lynch, I'm Terry Johnson. I represent Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass. I'm going to ask you some questions about your testimony, okay?
Yes.
Any point you don't understand my question, stop. I'll try and rephrase it, okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. What was your relationship with Ms. Pendergrass on or about April 5th?
Friends.
Just friends?
We on and off relationship. We friends though. We're on and off.
What does on and off mean?
Sometimes we're in an intimate relationship, sometimes we're not. We're friends. Regardless of what, she's still a friend of mine.
Okay. So, right now, on April 5th, 2025, your testimony, you were not in an intimate relationship with Ms. Pendergrass, correct?
On and off, yes.
Isn't it true that you were trying to get back with Ms. Pendergrass prior to April 5th?
It's true I was being the man April 5th.
Okay, well, we'll talk about what that means shortly. You sent her door dashes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Matter of fact, isn't it fair to say that just on Zelle alone, over the past couple years, you sent Ms. Pendergrass over $14,000. You'd agree with that, won't you?
Probably even gave her more than that, yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you had a relationship with her, and you bought Ms. Pendergrass things, right?
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I think I saw one text message. You gave her your credit card
Yes.
to use things, right? You gave her clothes,
Yes.
shoes,
Yes.
social disease.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Isn't it true that you, Ms. Pendergrass, basically kind of wanted to back away from you because you contracted a social disease?
Objection, relevance.
Goes to his motive, Your Honor.
Well, first of all, it calls for speculation about why his client would not want to see him anymore.
Well, he would have firsthand knowledge of what's going on, and I can provide the text messages if we really want to get deep into it, and I'm not talking about what specific it was, and I
Your
believe...
little latitude, go ahead.
Thank you.
Overruled.
She didn't want to be intimate with you because of that, correct? Just yes or no?
No, it's not true.
Okay. But you were still trying to be intimate with her over the past month or so, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, April 5th, you went out here to Inkster on Carlisle Street. What was the purpose of you coming out?
She called me.
Okay. And it's your testimony you didn't get out of the car?
At all.
Why? I mean,
No,
I want to make
me
sure
too.
I understand.
The police was there. There was no need for me to get out of my vehicle. She wasn't in any danger. The people that she was referring to were across the street. They wasn't in front of her a jailer, so therefore she didn't need me to get out to defend anyone.
Okay, so you thought you were going there to defend her.
Well, I was going to help her if it was a problem, yes.
Okay, did you talk to her
No,
before
she
you
just
went
said
there?
she needed me to come over there.
Okay, and your friend, you just so I'm clear, how was your friend acting?
No,
Okay. You didn't want to get out and give your friend a hug,
no,
kiss on the cheek,
no,
some form of affection?
no.
So, and April 5th was the day London went missing, right?
Objection, calls for speculation.
How was that speculative?
Because I don't know that.
Hold on, Mr. Lynch, hold on.
I believe, let me rephrase. April 5th was the last day London was seen, correct?
I don't know that. All I know is my friend called me.
And when you got out there, what did you find out?
The police was out there looking for the young lady.
Okay. So you found that out on April 5th, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You left on April 5th, correct?
Yes.
Where did you go?
Home.
Did you call Miss Pendergrass back to see how she's doing? Your friend?
Probably not.
And you testified when Mr. Garazzi asked you before, did you talk to her on the 6th? You remember that question?
Yes.
And you said you talked to her one time. That's correct?
That I can recall.
That you can recall. One moment, Shire. Would it surprise you to find out through your own phone records that you talked to her 4 times?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
It's possible.
Okay.
But you asked me when I remember talking to her, and it was the once.
Okay. So fair to say, based on your own phone records, you talked to her more than once the day after, correct?
I don't know. I remember talking to her one time.
Okay. But my question is, well, let me ask this. You let anybody else use your phone?
No.
Okay. So if there are phone records that show you talked to her more than once, you wouldn't dispute that, correct?
The phone records show that the phone call was made. That mean that we talked to each other.
Okay.
It could have been a voicemail that was left. I don't know that.
So, did she leave a voicemail for 3 minutes or 12 minutes or 10 minutes on that day?
I don't know. I don't check the voicemail.
Okay. And on April 6th, what were you doing that day?
I was at home.
All day?
For the most part, I don't remember exactly what I was doing.
Did you go play cards with a friend that day?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So, did you have any guests on April 6th at your
Yes.
house? Who was the guest?
A friend.
Does your friend have a name? Male, female?
Female friend.
What's her name?
I'm not sure which friend it was.
Did you provide a name to, do you know this gentleman sitting at the table here with the black tie?
What do you mean by knowing?
Do you know who he is?
Yes.
Okay. This is Detective Sergeant Hartman, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever give Detective Sergeant Hartman of the Michigan State Police, did you ever give him a name of the person that you were with on the 6th?
No.
So all we have is your word on this, right?
Yes.
And now make sure I understand. It was someone there, but you couldn't remember who was there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. At your testimony on the 7th, you met up with my client, correct?
Correct.
7th of April, so the record is clear. How many times, Mr. Lynch, would you say you have talked to the police about this incident?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, let's see if we can remember. You just
I'm not
testified. Well, I'm going to go through and just tell me if I'm wrong, okay? You and your attorney called the police somewhere on or about April 25th, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and for the record, all of these are in 2025. You'd agree that a few days later, on or about April 29th, you went to the Michigan State Police and had a conversation with Detective Sergeant Hartman, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that would be 2 times, correct? You'd agree with me that you were called back a 3rd time.
I don't think that'd be 2 times, but the first time I didn't talk to anyone.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go with that. Your attorney did the talking for you the first time.
He didn't talk to anyone. He made a phone call to someone.
So let me make sure I understand, just so I'm clear. Your attorney made a phone call, but you were asked to come out to the house on, is it Milford? Millard, thank you. The house on Millard Street?
Yes,
Did you go there?
yes,
Did you talk to anyone in law enforcement while you were there? Yes or no?
yes,
Okay, so you talked to the police on that day, correct?
yes,
You talked to the police on the 29th, correct?
yes,
Okay. That will be 2 times thus far, correct?
yes.
Okay. I want to go back to the 7th. You met my client at a Meyer parking lot, correct?
Yes,
Did you tell Sergeant Hartman on the 29th, when you sat down with him, that it was your idea to go to this car wash?
I'm not sure, but I told him yes, that I told him I was going to get my car washed.
Okay.
So it was my idea for the car wash.
Okay. So it was your idea to go to the car wash?
Yes,
Okay. So it wasn't my client's attempt to conceal something or not do something in public, correct? She didn't say that. You said, just so I'm clear, it was your idea to go to this car wash, correct?
so if you're being clear, she didn't want to give me the object in the open. She wanted to give it to me somewhere secluded.
Okay.
So if you're going to be clear about all of it.
Well, I'm very clear because you remember on the 29th, and we could play the video back. You remember on the 29th, you were asked this question. Was there any conversation about the tote or a package or anything? And you said, no. It happened at the car wash. Do you remember making that statement?
I don't remember the statement, but I
Okay.
could have said it. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. And this tote, and I'll get to this part in a moment. You took the tote. How long did you have that? What did you tell Detective Sergeant Hartman on April 29th, your very first interview with the state police? How long did you tell him you had that tote initially?
It was in my car for a couple of days.
What did you tell him initially?
I don't remember exactly what I said back in April.
Okay. Would you dispute the fact that you said to him, it was only in my car no more than 12 hours? You remember making that statement?
I could have at the time.
But wasn't it fair to say that they showed you video that you picked up this Ford Edge 4 days later?
No, they didn't show me video of that.
Oh, I'm sorry. They told you that you got it 4 days later, right?
No.
Let's talk about this Ford Edge. You said you had to pick it up from your job, your former job, correct?
Correct.
How long had that Ford Edge been sitting at that former job?
For over a year.
Over a year.
Over a year.
Closer to 18 months?
Could be 2 years. I'm not sure, but it's been sitting there a while.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, all of a sudden, it's an urgency to go get this Ford Edge.
So I received a phone call from the HR person of the company stating that I need to move the edge. And it just so happened to coincide with what was going on. So I was able to move it.
Okay. And that text message, I believe it was, is that correct? Would
It
you
was a
agree?
phone call and a text message.
And a text message, okay. So that came on March 28th, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in that text message, you said, I'll get it next week. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. You'd agree with me that between March 28th and April 11th is more than a week. Correct?
Black. So I may say a week, it may be a month, but I said a week just to give me more time with it. So when she say something, I said I'll get it next week, maybe. I mean, what do you want me to do? Yes, I told her a week. It took me longer than a week.
Okay.
But I knew she would give me leeway to pick it up.
So just so I'm clear, well, no, I'm not going to ask that. Let me ask you this. So you got more time. Were you supposed to do anything when you got the edge?
I was gonna take it to my friend's house, then when I was gonna get it fixed, I was gonna dry the edge.
Let me rephrase the question. Did you receive any instructions from your previous job of what you were supposed to do before you picked up the edge?
I'm not following that question.
Okay. Weren't you told to come and get the title when you come get the car? Wasn't that part of the text message?
Yeah, they have to sign the title over to me.
Did you get the title signed over?
Yes.
When?
I don't remember when. But at the time when I got it signed over, I was dropping some wheels off that had to be shipped to China. So when I was in the process of me doing my job, I hadn't signed the title since I was there.
So just so I'm clear, so you had the title signed over on or about April 11th.
I'm not sure when it was done.
Was this before or after you transferred the tote?
I'm not sure when the title was signed.
Okay. Would it surprise you if you look and do a search on lien that it's not even titled to you? Would that surprise you?
Because I haven't registered the car. I don't even have a car.
Well, let's back up. You said you thought you were going to get, or make sure I get this right. You thought Miss Pendergrass asked you to hold this for a couple of days, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Why would you get a storage unit? Let me finish. For a tote that can easily sit in the back of your vehicle. Why would you want to get a storage unit? Did she ask you to get a storage unit?
No.
Okay, she just asked you to hold it for a couple
She
days.
said I hold it for a couple of days.
Okay, why did you think you needed to go get a storage unit?
Because I have a secondary job where I have to go pick up warranty wheels, and at any time I can go pick up 4 to 12 wheels. I can't have that in the back of my vehicle because I have a job to do.
Right. So
it was no room for that to be sitting in my vehicle.
okay, but did you call Miss Pendergrass back after a couple of days and say, Charlotte,
Her phones were disconnected.
her phones were disconnected? Okay, let me ask you a question. When you were driving this Ford Edge,
I never drove the Ford Edge.
okay, you never drove the Ford Edge?
Only drove the Ford Edge from the Southfield job to the residence.
So you drove it.
Correct.
The day you drove this Ford Edge to the Southfield residence, shortly thereafter, did you get a phone call from Charlotte Pendergrass?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure about the phone call that happened back then.
So if your phone records indicate you were on the phone with Miss Pendergrass
Then I was on the phone with her.
for 19 minutes,
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it says.
so you won't dispute that?
If that's what the phone record said, yes.
Did you say to her at that point, Charlotte, I got this tote. I got to get this out of here. You told me a couple days. Did you say,
No,
why not?
because we didn't talk about that. We talked about everything that was going on in her life with the grandparents. It was a normal conversation.
So now you remember the conversation.
I don't know, I just know that we never talked about the Tote anything anymore.
Okay. So you talked to her, according to the records, 2 times on that day. And you never, in your recollection, you never talked about the tote, correct?
Correct.
Okay. How do you know this lady, your friend, Shante Williams? And just so the record's clear, this is the Millard address.
Correct.
Okay. Did you call her and say, Shante, I'm bringing this to your house?
Probably 2, yes.
Are you guessing or you're sure?
She knew I was bringing the car to her residence. I don't know when.
How did she know you were bringing a car to her residence?
We talked and we spoke about it.
And when you dropped this off, you didn't go back at any point until the police were called, correct?
Probably I dropped her daughter off at home, then I picked her up from daycare
At that house.
at the house.
So you had gone back to that residence where that Edge was parked, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell the Michigan State Police, specifically Detective Sergeant Hartman, that you've been back to that address before?
I'm not sure.
So, approximately 13 days later, 2 weeks, actually let's say 12 days later, you still hadn't called Charlotte, correct?
I haven't spoke to her now.
Because before you said you had no way of getting a hold of her.
I tried to call the number that she had called me from, but no one answered.
No one answered, okay. You identified Jalen Pendergrass, correct?
Yes.
And you said you had his phone number, correct?
Yes.
Did you call Jalen and say, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of your mother?
No. I never called Jalen when I was looking for his mother.
But-
So I wouldn't do it now.
And it's your testimony, you came out to Inkster and you sat on Wednesday, the 23rd of April. That's your testimony.
Yes.
Why would you come out to this lovely city and just sit in front of a house?
Because I haven't heard from Charlotte,
Okay.
and I wanted to know what was going on.
So you're concerned about it?
I'm concerned about what's going on now, yes.
What do you mean, what's going on now?
Because it was on the news and everything about this young lady missing and everything, and they were the last ones to see her.
You didn't know that on April 5th when you pulled up and didn't get out of the car?
I didn't think that anything had happened to the young lady because prior to that, Charlotte told me that the grandmother called her and said they spotted the young lady somewhere at a restaurant. So I'm assuming that the young lady was just upset and she had went off somewhere.
Okay. But you were concerned, and you were not concerned enough to pick up the phone and even call Jalen to ask him. Well, let me ask this question. On that day that you sat outside the house on Carlisle Street, did you knock on the door and ask for the grandparents? You've met the grandparents before,
I
correct?
did the Thursday, not the Wednesday.
Okay.
That Thursday I went, after 2 hours, I knocked on the door. Her grandmother came out and told me that Jalen was there. Jalen came up. He told me that his mother will be pulling up shortly. And I sat back in my car and waited.
You sat in front of somebody's house for 2 hours,
Almost 3.
almost 3,
Yes,
waiting,
absolutely.
and you didn't. And again, you testified you've met the grandparents before, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't go to the door and say, "I'm just checking on Charlotte. Is she okay? Can you have her call me?"
No, I just told you I sat in my car and was waiting for Charlotte. I had a relationship with Charlotte, not her grandparents. So why would I involve them in anything that Charlotte and I are doing?
What are you and Charlotte doing?
Our friendship is between her and I. It's not between her and my grandparents. So I don't interact with her grandparents. I never went to a picnic with her grandparents. I never went out to dinner with her grandparents. I was never over at her grandparents' house to have dinner. So why would I go knock on the door and say, "Hey, Charlotte here, can you let me know what she's gonna be at and all that?" My relationship wasn't with them.
Did you know where Charlotte lived
She moved
back
to,
in April?
Yes,
And you would agree with me, she didn't live in Inkster back in April, correct?
she was caregiving for her grandparents.
Understand that, it's not my question. My question is, you knew she didn't live there at the Carlisle address in Inkster, correct?
Correct.
And you sat outside and stalked her.
I did what? So,
Sat outside, waiting on her.
absolutely.
Oh, okay. And the next day, I want to make sure I understand, the next day being Thursday the 24th, this day you decide to get out the house, out the vehicle, correct?
So Wednesday, I only stayed about 30 minutes and I left. That Thursday, I sat there for over 2 hours waiting. So, just to help you along.
Oh,
So it's not
I get
that
it.
I did it Wednesday and Thursday. I sat there for 2 hours each. No. Wednesday, I pulled up about 30 minutes or so and I left to go pick Shantae's daughter up from daycare. So I couldn't stay. So that Thursday, I didn't have anything to do. That's the day that I stayed there and waited for Charlotte to arrive.
On that Thursday, when Charlotte pulled up, this wasn't planned, correct?
It was planned for me. It wasn't planned for her.
All right, so your plan was to sit outside our house
And
until...
wait till I saw her to speak with her.
Okay. And you saw her.
Absolutely.
Did you get out of the car and talk to her?
When we went to the restaurant.
It's not my question. When you
No.
first saw her on Carlisle, after waiting there, as you said, could have been 3 hours, did you get out of the car and talk to her?
No, she pulled up. She waved at me while she was in the car to follow her, so there was no need for me to get out the car.
She waved at you to
And
follow her.
said, "Follow me." She did this.
One moment, Your Honor. Sorry. Thank you. So you get to a restaurant, correct?
Correct.
And when you get to this restaurant, just so I'm clear, she starts writing things down.
We had a little conversation, and then, yes, she started writing things down.
Okay. Where'd she get the pen and paper from?
Her purse.
Okay. And what happened to the pieces of paper?
She kept them with her.
She kept them with her. Okay. You're sure of that?
I'm sure that she had the pen and the paper with her. I'm sure that she wrote the stuff down, and I'm sure she folded it, crumbled it in her hand, and she had it with her.
And it's your testimony, you go to this park.
We didn't go to a park.
Where did you go again?
We went to a parking lot.
Parking lot. Why didn't you talk in the parking lot outside of the restaurant?
She didn't want to.
And it's your testimony, this is when you get to this parking lot, she tells you to get rid of this tote.
Yes.
First time she said that to you.
Yes.
Okay. And you remember talking again, I don't mean to continue to point at him, but he's kind of the officer in charge here, Detective Sergeant Hartman. You never told him when you first met him, when you first talked to him on the 29th, you never said anything about Miss Pendergrass burning a tote, did you? Telling you to burn a tote.
Maybe I think I did. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he has it in the statement written down or whatever.
Okay, did you ever tell him?
She told me to burn it is what I told him.
Did you ever? But you never told him about getting lye.
I told him that she said for me to get some lime, bury it, and put lye on it.
But you never said on the 29th, bury it and lie, correct?
I'm not sure.
Well, you'd agree with me.
I mean, I'm not sure. You have the testimony, you have it, so you know what I said. I was there with my attorney.
You don't know what you said?
I'm not sure what I said. You want me to be specific about everything I said that day? I'm not sure. I could have said it, I could not. I don't know.
You'd agree with me the truth doesn't change, correct?
And none of it has.
Okay. So when you told the officers that you had the tote for 12 hours and they told you that wasn't correct, and later on at another interview, somewhere around June 4th, you had a different story, correct?
I'm not sure.
In preparation for your testimony here today, did you review your investigative subpoena that you had with Mr. DeGrazia?
Yes.
Okay. And you stated in there, if I'm not mistaken, I had it in my car I even drove by the police department. I had that tote in my car for 3 days.
For however long she gave it to me until we transferred it over to the edge.
Okay, so it wasn't the 12 hours as you first told law enforcement, correct?
At the time of this, I don't know what I said. I was nervous and I probably spoke out of turn and said 12 hours.
Well, you were.
I've never been involved in anything like this.
So let me ask a question. You stated your heart dropped, etc., on this the day that
When she told me
when
to
she
burn
told
it. and all
Linda
that,
told you
yes.
to burn it. Okay. And how were you feeling at that point?
Like I wanted to put my hands on her in a violent way.
Have you ever done that?
No, not really, no. I think we may have had a show match before, but never like where I physically jumped on her or anything like that.
So what do you do when you walk away from her?
Just walked in out of my car and left.
Where do you go?
I went to a friend's house, home,
To do what?
play cards.
Make sure I understand, just so I'm clear here. Someone had just told you something that you thought was so egregious, so despicable, and you said your heart dropped, and you were telling me how you felt, and you went to someone's house to play cards?
And lost a lot of money that night too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You didn't call the police that night, did you?
No, I didn't know what to do. My mind was wandering and racing.
Next day, what day did you go out to the Millard Street address?
It was on a Saturday.
Remember what time?
I don't know, it was in the evening.
I'm sorry?
It was a Saturday evening that we went with the FBI.
Saturday evening. One moment, Sharon. Other than your attorney on that Saturday, who else did you talk to? about what was going on Millard Street?
My son was with me
So with you where?
on in the Southfield in Miller Street.
Did you talk to, were you in Canada that day?
Later on the 6th, probably after, I went to my son's house over there when we got done with the FBI and everything, yes.
So you finished with the FBI, just so I'm clear, in the morning.
It wasn't in the morning,
It wasn't in the morning.
no.
Do you have a good memory, sir?
I don't know, I have sleep apnea and I don't use my PPAP, so it comes and goes.
Isn't it true that, one moment, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. Is there a reason, if you were so concerned about this tote, you didn't take it back to Charlotte and Inkster when you were sitting outside of her house?
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Okay. You stated you were concerned about this tote, et cetera, and my question is, she was only supposed to have it for a couple of days. You were only supposed to have it for a couple of days, and following that, you got this edge, you parked it, you're concerned. Is there a reason you didn't grab that tote? Because you said you could pick it up by yourself, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is there a reason you didn't pick that tote up, put it in the back of your vehicle? Were you still in the black Navigator at that time?
Yes.
Is there a reason you didn't put it in the back of that black Navigator where it was for days and take it back out to Miss Pendergrass? Is there a reason you didn't do that?
Just waiting on her to come pick it up. Like I told you before, I had no reason to believe that anything was in that tote that was what was in there. I didn't believe that they would do anything like that. So I was never under the assumption that I was holding on to something that heinous in my possession.
Did you ever say, I'm going to bring you this tote back? I don't
We never spoke again, I just told you that. We didn't have any more communication until I met up with her that Thursday.
And you didn't say to her, when are you coming to get this tote?
No.
No further questions.
Mr. Clemens?
No, thank you. No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
People call Special Agent Chris Seaton.
Sir, please watch your step.